My partner's parents offered to pay me to break up with them, and I'm actually considering it. Hey Reddit, I never thought I'd find myself in a situation like this, but here we are. I, 29F, have been with my partner Alex, 31M, for almost 2 years. We met through mutual friends, and things between us moved quickly. We clicked in a way that felt effortless, and before I knew it, we were spending almost every day together. Alex is sweet, thoughtful, and has this quirky sense of humor that always makes me laugh, even when I'm in a bad mood. I genuinely love him, and I think he loves me too. But there's a problem: his parents. I guess I should have seen it coming, but I didn't realize just how much they dislike me until recently. They're well off, like private school, country club, old money kind of well off. And me? I grew up in a pretty average household, worked my way through college, and have a decent but not super high paying job as a graphic designer. I thought they just needed time to warm up to me, but it turns out they had other ideas. The first time I met them, I thought things went okay. I was nervous, of course, because Alex had talked about how close he is with his parents. They're the kind of family that has weekly brunches and takes long summer vacations together. I tried my best to fit in, made small talk, smiled through the awkward silences, and complimented their beautiful home, which honestly looks like something out of a magazine. But I could tell they weren't thrilled about me. Alex reassured me afterward that they'd come around, that they just needed time. I believed him. I wanted to believe him. But over time, it became clear that his parents saw me as, well, not good enough. They'd make little comments about how Alex deserves the best, or how they've always pictured him ending up with someone who shares their values. One time, his mom even said something like, Alex's ex from college is working for this big tech firm in San Francisco now. She's doing so well for herself. I just smiled and nodded, but inside I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. Still, I kept trying. I'd go to the family gatherings, make polite conversation, and try to ignore the awkward vibes. Alex was always in my corner, telling me that I was overthinking things and that his parents would come around eventually. I wanted to believe that too. But then, about a month ago, things took a turn that I never saw coming. It happened after one of those dreaded Sunday brunches at their country club. I was getting ready to head home when Alex's parents asked me to stay for a bit. Alex had gone out to the parking lot to take a call, so it was just me, his mom, and his dad sitting in their fancy living room, with its antique furniture and perfectly curated art pieces. I figured they wanted to talk about wedding plans or something, since Alex and I had recently been discussing getting engaged. But it quickly became clear that I was wrong, very, very wrong. His dad cleared his throat and said, "Look, I'm just going to be direct about this. We don't think you're a good match for Alex." I felt my heart drop into my stomach, but before I could respond, his mom jumped in, saying, "It's not personal, dear. We just think Alex has a different path ahead of him. He has a promising career, and we've always imagined him with someone who can support that lifestyle. We don't want him to have to struggle." She said it with a smile, like she was doing me a favor. I wanted to argue, to defend myself, but I was too stunned to even find the words. And then they dropped the bombshell. His dad pulled out a checkbook, and his mom said, "We're willing to compensate you if you end things with Alex. We think it would be best for everyone involved." They offered me $100,000. $100,000. To just walk away from Alex's life. To pack up my things, break his heart, and disappear. I just sat there, staring at them, trying to process what was happening. My first thought was that it had to be a joke, some kind of messed up test. But they were dead serious. His dad even started writing out the check while I sat there in shock. I told him I needed to think about it, and I left. On the drive home, I felt like I was going to throw up. Who does that? Who offers money to make their child's partner disappear? I thought about telling Alex right away, but then I started second-guessing myself. What if this really was a test? What if his parents just wanted to see if I'd take the money and run? Or worse, what if they were right? What if Alex would be better off without me? I don't come from money, and while I have a stable job, it's not like I can provide the kind of life they think he deserves. And then there's the money itself. I hate to admit it, but part of me is tempted. $100,000 is life-changing money for me. It could pay off my student loans, put a down payment on a house, let me focus on my art without worrying about bills for a while. It feels awful to even consider it, but the thought keeps creeping back into my mind. Since that day, I've been avoiding Alex's parents as much as possible. I told Alex I wasn't feeling well the last time he went to visit them, and he seemed worried. He keeps asking me if I'm okay, if something's bothering me, and I just keep telling him that I'm fine. But I'm not fine. I feel like I'm carrying this huge secret, and it's starting to weigh on me. I keep replaying that conversation in my head. His parents, sitting there with their perfect clothes and their perfect lives, looking at me like I'm some kind of inconvenience they can just pay to go away. I think about how they never gave me a real chance, how they never saw past their own expectations of what Alex's partner should look like. And I think about Alex, who has no idea that his parents are trying to orchestrate his love life behind his back. Part of me wants to tell Alex everything. I want to show him who his parents really are, to let him know how they see me and how they see our relationship. But I'm scared of what it would do to him. Alex is close to his parents, and I don't want to be the reason they have some kind of falling out. And honestly, I'm terrified that he might side with them, that he might think they're right. I've tried to imagine what it would be like if I took the money. I think about how I'd have to look Alex in the eye and lie to him, to tell him that I didn't love him anymore, that I'd found someone else, or that I needed to move on. I picture the look on his face when I'd pack up my things and walk out of his life. And then I think about the money in my bank account and how hollow it would feel knowing what I'd given up to get it. So here I am, Reddit. I'm torn between taking this money that could change my life and holding on to a relationship that I believe in, even if his parents don't. I can't talk to my friends about it. Most of them know Alex, and I don't want to put them in an awkward position. I can't talk to my own family because they'd probably just tell me to take the money and run, but they don't understand the love I have for Alex. I know some people might think I'm even considering this, but honestly, I feel lost. Is this offer some kind of test? Or do they genuinely think they're doing what's best for Alex? Should I tell them what they did? Or would that just blow everything up? And am I a terrible person for even thinking about taking the money? I don't know what to do, but I feel like time is running out. Alex deserves to know, but I'm afraid of what happens when the truth comes out. Any advice or perspective would be really appreciated. I'm starting to feel like I can't see this situation clearly anymore.